Yo, what's going on, gamers? This is J-Dog from Crack Media coming at you to bring some sanity to your insanity. I've been hearing a lot of confusion over the recent patch notes and what exactly some things entail, so I'm here today to break it down for you. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you end up liking this video so we know to keep pumping out more, and be sure to hit that bell notification. First off, the thing everyone's been waiting for, we have 6 new heroes now to try out in the Limited Hero Labs game mode. Unfortunately, since this is a limited game mode, it's only a few hours a day. But here, you can play the new heroes like Holiday, Calico, Wrecker, Fathom, Viper, and the Magician. All assets, of course, are subject to change, but what do we care? We're just here to put our grimy little hands on them. Anyway, I'm going to skip most of the quality of life stuff as it's instantly noticed. We're just going to focus on most of the gameplay changes here. There's been a big update in how ability points are distributed with objectives. First off, you're now no longer awarded AP for walkers. Shrine and Patron no longer have soul or AP bounties, and teams are now required to destroy all shrines for that 4th flex slot. All the missing AP from these changes is redistributed along the Soul's reward line at similar soul levels. What this all basically means is that teams will no longer be able to hit massive level power spikes by focusing on mid to late game objectives. This will promote more team fighting and player interaction all around instead of grossly rewarding split pushing. Split pushing, of course, is still viable and encouraged in the right situation, but teams will no longer gain a significant advantage when doing so. Moving on to trooper changes, Soul Orb calculation just got another update with an added 90-second buffer window. This allows the server to more accurately determine who shot first. Looking at you, Greedo. Additionally, early game trooper soul count has been changed from 50-50 to 60-40. This means that pre-10 minutes, you will gain 60% of the souls for killing a trooper and the other 40% will be in the orb. Yes, this also means that you will only have that same 40% for denying as well. This change promotes, confirms over denies, which has always been Valve's intention, but now players will not be so severely punished by not confirming. The window for outplay 100% still exists, it's just not as bad. Moving on to the minor Breakables update. This one's semi-self-explanatory, so I won't go into it too much. General spawn time has been increased from 2 to 3 minutes, and the soul drop has been reduced minorly from 35 plus 3 every minute down to 30 plus 2.5 every minute. I could go into the numbers in depth, but we'll save that for a later video. There's been a major earn change that I'm sure all of you have noticed, so let's go ahead and break that down. Earned comeback properties will now require an 8% net worth lead to kick in. And yes, this does include the movement buffs. There are now 2 new drop-off locations that are determined by which team currently has the 8% lead. For example, if Sapphire is leading, the drop-off location will be closer to Amber's face, and the same applies for the reverse situation. Of course, if no team has the 8% lead, the drop-off location remains the same as normal. On top of these location changes, there have been a few urn-specific changes as well. If the urn hasn't been delivered within 90 seconds of pickup time, it now drains your health for 1% of max HP per second, also disabling health regen. In addition to that, whenever the urn is dropped after 90 seconds of pickup time, it starts moving back to its spawn point immediately and cannot be picked up by the same team for 12 seconds. Also note that this 90-second timer is per team and not per player. The urn walkback speed is also increased with these changes. This update highlights and strengthens the initial comeback mechanic that the urn was meant for originally. Now for some objective changes. Guardian attack range requirement has been changed from a static 20 meters to now requiring you to only be above the ramp and on high ground. There has been a trooper resist change that originally started at 70% and ended at negative 30% at 10 minutes, to now starting at 60% and ending at negative 35% at 8 minutes. On the other end of that, There is now a player resist mechanic starting at 40% and ending at -35 at 8 minutes. This change balances the damage previously received by the player, so that it is now less beneficial to dump in the Guardian damage without the aid of troopers, thus lessening the chance at losing an early Guardian when you're not there to defend. Walkers also now have a base resist across the board starting at 60% and ending at -30% at 14 minutes. Troopers themselves now gain 40% spirit resist gradually over 25 minutes, and this becomes a set 70% at 50 minutes. Overall, objectives are going to be harder to take with a semi-beefier troops throughout the game spirit resist wise. This next one's a little bit of a head turner, and I'm still not sure if I'm fully correct on it, so please comment below if you have a walk-in on this one. First off, understand that backdoor protection is when you see the objective have a green glow and begins visually resisting your attacks. This is triggered when you are solo pushing up and attacking an objective with no supporting or opposing minions. Some of the changes include an increased range for trooper backdoor protection detection. This is worded as meaning that it will be harder to accidentally kill opposing minions with long-range spells while around in objectives, so that they have time to get in range in order to tell the game that you are not backdooring that objective. This is also supplemented with a new 20-second buffer window for an objective to enter backdoor mode once all troopers are dead. The mid-boss respawn time has been updated to decrease with subsequent boss kills, starting at 7 minutes as normal and decreasing by 1 minute per kill down to 5. The 70-second player respawn timer now happens at 30 minutes instead of 35, making it more punishing to die mid to late game. And on top of that, there has been an added respawn timer curve that goes from 70 to 75 seconds over the 30 to 40 minute time period. We also have some medic trooper changes. The medic trooper heal now has 2 charges with a 6-second cooldown. This charge is not consumed when healing other troopers. The overall heal cooldown has increased from 6 seconds to 35 seconds. For those slightly confused, let's break it down a bit. A heal charge is only consumed when it's healing a player. Another charge may also hit the player again within the 6 seconds on the second cast. Once those 2 charges are expended, the trooper will no longer be able to heal a player for 35 seconds. Last but not least, Sinner Sacrifice now shares the souls of subsequent hits with everybody that hit it recently, changing up the overall distribution. I hope all of this made sense, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them down below. Overall, these new changes will restrict solo objective play and promote teamwork. Let us know how you feel about the update below, and feel free to join our Discord to talk about this and future updates with like-minded gamers. You can also catch me broadcasting on Twitch/jdogging if you'd like some more in-depth analysis on what this update means for the game going forward. This has been jdogging, and I'll see you guys on the next one.